Hey guys, I am filling in for CJ at the Hogside. I am Steve Fishkin, the founder of Pigskin Nut, the guy that didn't put enough gel in his hair, the guy that's got a very attractive beard. Nah, I'm just kidding. Look, this is the Hogside. It's got a little blue in it today, as you guys may know when I come on here. Giants are my team, but look, I'm here to talk about the Washington football team today. So right now. CJ is at he's a little indisposed right now. He can't get into his house, waiting for the wifey to get home. So you know what? I gotta come in here and I gotta put on the big boy pants and I gotta come in here and talk some football with you. So CJ obviously has his own thing that's planned for today, but I want to kind of start up by just talking to you guys about my perspective, on this football team. From an outside point of view, everything that's going on right now. And when you look at this Washington football team, the really interesting dynamic, obviously, and I think this is the giant elephant in the room, is the quarterback position. Great leadership from Ron Rivera. I think he's the right choice. I think he's shown you that he's the right choice. But again, the instability at the quarterback position. We'll get to the Dwayne Haskins stuff in a little bit. But in terms of, what's going on in practice, Dwayne Haskins is taking all the snaps. Taylor Heineke and Steven Montez, these guys are taking, they're taking snaps as well. Most of the snaps are going to Dwayne Haskins. And right now, it's interesting because this is a team that is primed to win the NFC East, which means they're going to be in the playoffs. And we've seen it before where, teams like Green Bay, New York, even, Baltimore, teams, can squeak into the playoffs. And if they have some stability at the quarterback, even if the guy is not a superstar, they can go far and they can win it all. Green Bay is, kind of the exception to that. But when you look at the quarterback position there, right now, it's really going to be Alex Smith or Dwayne Haskins. Alex Smith's, still not a full go because of the calf injury, which which we know is definitely related to the prior injury that he had before. And Dwayne Haskins, you look at this guy on the field and off the field. Look, the guy's got arm talent. He's got ability that he's shown you at Ohio State. But at the same time, what I've seen so far is that the guy is a fastball thrower, but he's not cerebral. And to play quarterback in the NFL and to be good at quarterback in the NFL, you have to be cerebral. Now, I understand this is only his second year in the league. It's going to take him some time, to get there. But right now, when I saw Haskins on the field again, the guy's got good talent as a thrower. But you're seeing that he's making a lot of the same mistakes before, throwing into windows that he shouldn't be throwing into double coverage, and just not really anticipating very well what his wide receivers are going to do. And I think that part, is pretty evident there. In terms of the off the field stuff, I get it. You look at, professional athletes, guys in the NFL, certainly guys in the NBA. These guys, they're men like me and you. Most of them like women, most of them like to party and to do things, but you have to understand when you are playing quarterback in the NFL, you are going to be scrutinized at a higher level, and it's all about who you are when nobody's looking. And Dwayne Haskins right now has to do a better job of that, because what's been the concern is leadership. And decisions like this, you're not going to see Justin Herbert. You're not going to see Joe Burrow. You're not going to see Daniel Jones. You might see Baker Mayfield while he's married. But I think, in terms of decision making and maturity, he still has a ways to go. No, what he did wasn't a crime. But at the end of the day, stuff like this, you're scrutinized at a higher level because of the position that you're in. And I'm not sure if he really gets that or totally accepts that, just yet. But besides that, there's just so much to like about the Washington football team right now. The front seven is about as good as any in the NFL. I think, if you're gonna start a franchise with and you could pick one of 5 defensive players, Chase Young in his first year, he's probably one of those guys he's gonna be up there with Myles Garrett pretty soon in terms of, hey, if I can start a franchise with one defensive player, who's that guy that I choose? And Chase Young is that guy. Montez Sweat is getting better, and I think he's gonna continue to get better. But also the other guys, up front are playing well. I think what they've gotten out of Antonio Gibson has been fantastic up to this point. He was a guy that people weren't sure whether he was going to be a running back or a wide receiver, and he's fit very well into what Ron Rivera is trying to do there. But if you're a Washington football fan, you really got to be thinking to yourself that with how good this defense, especially up front, is, and you also got to look at teams in the past who have squeaked into the playoffs, but they had a good defense and it carried them very far. Giants, Baltimore, other teams that we can name. Washington is one of those teams that, if not for the quarterback position, this is a team that actually can make a run, because anything can happen in the playoffs. And with how their defense is heating up lately, it's go time for Dwayne Haskins. We know that he's getting most of the first team reps right now. We don't know exactly when Alex Smith is going to be available, so that in itself, is going to be problematic. Now, when you look at the rest of this team and the way that they are built right now, the rest of this team, is still going to be, for the most part, a lot of it's a work in progress. I've watched Terry McLaurin. He's going to be a good wide receiver, I think, for a long time. But they got to do more out. They got to do more to build around him, and the offensive line. That's the issue. Brandon Sheriff hasn't always been healthy. You've had the injury issues with Trent. With Trent Williams is no longer there. So I think before you get any stability at the quarterback position, this is a team that's gonna, I think, have to invest its resources in repatching, that offensive line, getting some upgrades over guys like Morgan Moses who can play. But I think you need guys up front that are going to allow you to be more competitive. I would love to see Washington get a dynamic running back. I know I've seen what Antonio Gibson can do, but at the end of the day, I think when you look at good running, teams that are good at running the ball, Baltimore, San Francisco, these are teams that have a good running back by committee system, and by the way of their coaching, they're very functional in terms of their ability, to get the run game going, and that's going to be, I think, key for Washington, going forward. Defensively, they look, like I said, they look as good as any right now, but what does Dwayne Haskins exactly have to do, to get over the top? To me, and I don't know for sure, but it still seems like he doesn't have his head in the playbook as much as he should. And I think when you watch what he's doing on the field, he's not reading well, he's not anticipating well, he's just relying on his arm talent. And doesn't matter how good your arm talent is, that is not a recipe for success. I will give Haskins credit in this. He looks far more mobile than he was in college. You remember Stephen A. Smith said, "Hey, this guy, he's more of a running quarterback, not a thrower." And we all kind of laughed at that. But Dwayne Haskins has gotten himself into better condition. He's moving around a lot better. Now let's just see if he can get the off the stuff field going, and not only just off the field, but also what can he do in terms of being able to really learn this system very well. What's going on, CJ?
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Hey, so I was just giving my outside take here on your team. Kind of went top to bottom a little bit. I don't know if you saw any of that, but hopefully you're back from that. I was gonna make a joke and say prison camp, but I realized I can't joke anymore nowadays. I was gonna say concentration camp, and then I'm Jewish. Then I'm like, all right, I won't say that. I didn't know what to say, but hey, you were locked out of your house, and now you're in. So,
yes. So, I hope everybody is great. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Hogside. Steve, very much appreciated. Thank you so much for starting early for me. How are you? I know it's the holidays coming. I hope everybody is great.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It's my birthday in about 5 hours from now, or a little bit less than that. I'm a Christmas Eve baby, so gonna I'm a little tired. Like a part of me like wants to go to bed. It's actually I'm really glad that I did this because literally doing this woke me up. Um, I haven't done a show in quite a bit, and the fact that I actually kind of got going and started talking a lot, I kind of feel like I have the energy. So you saved my birthday, man, because literally a part of me just wanted to kind of go to bed. Um,
But now you
but
want to
but I,
stay
but I
up.
but I know if I got to be a real man, I got to get up and have some of this apple cider whiskey I got over here.
Awesome, 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 man. But you definitely party up, and again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, guys, sorry about that for the late start, and we can get started. I'm your host CJ, and this is the Hogside, brought to you by Pigskin Nut, where you can get unlimited football content at pigskinnut.com. It is the holidays, and we're coming down to our last bit of season. We have one more episode left, and it's going to be one of the biggest episodes. So I hope you guys are excited. We'll have I have a big treat for you guys for the season finale. The show will run on for a little bit more than an hour, but we will have a special guest and big things like that. So hopefully, we can end the season with well, not end the season because, depending on how the Redskins do, you might still have us. You might still have us. You see us. With the playoff coverage and things like that. So we're pretty much gonna get it started. So weekly updates. Weekly updates. The Washington football team has signed linebacker Michael Kendricks from the Seattle Seahawks practice squad. This is due to the recent injuries to the linebackers and in the last in the last game in week 15 against the Seahawks. So definitely we all seen Mikey Kendricks. He can show a good dominant force, as a linebacker. So it's great to have him here in Washington. We'll see what he can do. See if he can, bring some more depth into the linebacker situation. Another weekly update. We have Dwayne Haskins was found at a house party is what I've been told lately is a house party with some dancers and things like that, but he was maskless. All right, the kid was maskless, and it pretty much it made an uproar inside of the Washington Football Nation. So um let me look. I'm just gonna go ahead and flat out and say it. That is not how you want to be seen as a leader. The way I feel, I mean, look, man, people look up to you. After the loss, people might say, oh, this is not how you supposed to, get things going. But as a leader, after a tough loss, and with the situation that you're in this season, it's just not a good look. It's not a good. It's not a good look. All right. As a leader, what you do is with that loss, you go home, you get in the playbook, and you reevaluate. Your play. Your playing skills throughout that game, and you get your head in the books. You don't go out into the party, and then you're maskless at that. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not as upset as him being at a party, and they said it was 10 or less people, so it was protocol, but NFL protocol is listen, you didn't have your mask, and your head coach, your head coach, he just finished chemotherapy about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and not only that, you're putting your teammates at risk. There you do have teammates who still look for you, and they vouch for you and things like that, and then you go on and do something like this, you just putting your team at risk, and then that is not exactly what you want to do. So there has been some consequences. Dwayne Haskins has been fined 40,000 for violating the COVID protocol. Not only that, this is the second COVID violation this year, and with the Washington football team being so strict and they're doing so well with how they handle COVID, with Ron Rivera, recent ending of the chemotherapy, it's just something that you just don't want, and it's just not a good look. It was a bad decision. It was a bad move, and just got to do better. You got to do better, not just for everyone, but just for the team itself. So what do you guys? How do you guys feel about it? What are your thoughts on what are you guys' thoughts on the Haskins situation? I mean, I know for me, it shouldn't have happened, and I'm a little disappointed in him. You can ask anybody. I actually vouched for this kid. I had high hopes for this kid, but then what he has done. I'm not going to bash him for it, but at the end of the day, you were wrong, and if you were wrong, you got to do better. That's just point blank. Period. There's not no if ands or buts about it. You just got to do better. You got to do better as a leader. And Ron Rivera's taking his captain patch away, and he's no longer a team captain. And I think that is a start. That is a start. Maybe that this has hit him over the head, and I guess we'll see. I know a lot of questions are looming whether or not Alex Smith, if Haskins has gotten fined for his second COVID violation, will he start? So here's the dilemma on that. Okay, Ron Rivera said that if Alex Smith is a no go, Haskins will definitely start. Okay, so if Alex Smith can't play at all, then Haskins will start. But we also got Taylor Heineke and Steven Montez, who's also on the depth chart as backups. So I guess we'll definitely see how things turn out. I mean, I'm I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are really upset that Haskins still get a chance to start, but at this point in time, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? You just gotta roll with the punches. You gotta roll with the punches at this point. You can't be you can't really focus on the I'm not gonna say the details of it, but I think right now, Haskins is right now the best option because he knows the playbook. He's more comfortable with the team, and you just don't want to throw a fresh quarterback out there. Maybe the quarterback will do good. That's just right now in the playoff run, in a very close playoff run. Ron Rivera just feel like that is not something that he wants to take the risk for. So, Haskins, most likely will start if Alex Smith isn't available to play. Um, the next thing is whew, the Washington football team has settled a claim for $1.6 million for the sexual misconduct claim. That was pretty much drawn out throughout the offseason. And it's not a I'm not gonna say it's not a good look, but when you look at it, it's like what's going on? What's happening? So this is big because they settled out the claim. So it's pretty much they want to move forward. They want to move forward. They don't need no more distractions. And it's just been a lot going on this week and the previous week. So I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. With the Haskins situation and this sexual misconduct claim settled for $1.6 million. I mean, this is something that that Dan Snyder, with the owner itself. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, and some people might agree with me, some people might not, but I think that this is the time that Dan just needs to sell the team. There needs to be a new owner because not only with the sexual misconduct, there's been talks about Dan Snyder coming in the way of the shareholders trying to sell their share of the team. So he's been pretty much blocking the shareholders in selling the team. And this is not just this year, but this has been going on for the last few years. So It's just a lot of things going on the back end with Haskins and a Washington football team, and the front office has done a very good job, for this, for all this stuff that is going on the back end of it. Just not being in the media as much. You might hear about it, you might see a couple of articles about it, but it's not like on the front page every time. With the Washington football team, it's bigger things, more important things right now, like this playoff run that we're trying to claim. This playoff berth. We're in a big situation right now with the playoffs, and we don't need distractions like what the owner is doing or what the front office is doing. Things like that. So that's pretty much how I feel about it, and I think that I'm with Rivera on it when he says that the only thing that he's worried about is the game that's in front of us. Right now that's that's real. And that's just how I feel about it so far. I mean, we're gonna move on a little bit and possible GMs for next season. All right. Ron Rivera did state earlier this week is that he's not worried about a GM right now. And that's not his focus right now. And his focus is making the playoffs this season. That's his main focus. He can't allow things like general manager right now, and where that is something that you worry about in the offseason. That is not something that you worry about right now, because what's more important is, like I said, like I've been saying, this playoff stretch. And hopefully we do find a general manager. But right now, the biggest thing that is important is this playoff run that we're actually doing. So I don't know. You gotta let me know, how you guys feel about that. Feel free to speak up and comment, guys. I mean, I'm only here for you guys, and well, I'm here to give you guys the updates, but I'm also here for you guys. So definitely. Um, let's see. Any other breaking news in Washington right now? Oh yeah. So here's the crazy thing. Here's the best thing right now. Like I said, the season finale is coming up. So the next episode, which is next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Throughout the week from until the end of the show until next week, I am looking for a fan who would like to come on as a special guest with the Hogside crew, and possibly talk some Washington football with us. And the only thing you got to do is you can either post on our you can find us on the Hog Side, or if you're on Twitter watching, you can follow us at the Hog Side on Twitter and send us a message on what makes you a fan, and what makes you the participant for next week. And hopefully we get to see you guys. Hopefully we get to see you guys. So actually, DJ, yes, we was talking about Dwayne Haskins earlier during the show. So if you guys haven't heard, if you guys are late, Dwayne Haskins has been found maskless. You can see it there. You can see it there. He was found maskless at a party. And I mean, it was all bad. But Dwayne Haskins did go on Twitter, and he did say that he wants to apologize for creating a distraction for my team during our playoff push. I will learn and grow from this and do what's best for the team moving forward. I want to publicly apologize for my actions this past Sunday. I spoke with Coach Rivera yesterday and took full accountability for putting the team at risk. It was irresponsible and immature of me, and I accept responsibility for my actions. So with a lot of people who saying that, oh well, technically he didn't break protocol. Well, here's the actual protocol. The club or the Washington football team may impose a maximum fine of an amount equal to 1 week's salary and or suspension without pay to exceed 4 weeks for conduct detrimental to the club for engaging in high risk COVID-19 conduct set forth below. Attending an indoor nightclub unless player is wearing PPE and there are no more than 10 people in the club. Attending an indoor bar, same thing. You got to wear a PPE. So, what the PPE is, actual protocol mask. For to just to protect yourself. For clarity, a bar does not include an establishment that offers food service, and the player attends primarily food service, even if establishments also include a full service bar. All right. House gatherings of more than 15 people without the player and all guests wearing masks or PPE where social distancing or more than 10 people is impossible. So pretty much what that means is even if you're having a house gathering, you have to wear your mask. That is the NFL protocol. This is not a protocol that is within the city. This is the NFL protocol, okay? And the actual organization protocol. Okay. This is serious because COVID has been serious, and I'm not sure if you guys have been watching throughout the NFL, but it has affected a lot of teams as far as this COVID with a lot of outbreaks. With the Ravens, Tennessee, even the Steelers right now with their COVID outbreak and things like that. It's real. Even the 49ers, so this COVID thing is real, and the NFL is trying to find a balance where they can minimize the amount of outbreaks that's been going on, and this is the way to start. But when you got players who just saying, oh, screw it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, this is what happens. Okay, you either get fined or you get or you either get fined or you get suspended. But Haskins didn't get suspended, and my guess is because, like I said, he's the best option right now at the quarterback position with this playoff run. He is the best option. Despite what you guys might say that we have two other quarterbacks, yes, that is true. But this is a playoff run, guys. You don't want to throw in a fresh quarterback that that's probably isn't comfortable. It's just a big risk. I'm not saying that they're not comfortable or anything like that, but it's just a big risk, and it's just not something that you want to do. It's not smart to just throw in a fresh quarterback. Um, DJ, do y'all think Alex Smith will be ready? Honestly, I say that if he's not 100%, don't force it. Allow Haskins to fight this out, and you do that. But if you feel like if Ron Rivera feel like things are detrimental and that Alex Smith just has to come in, at 75%, then so be it. But if it's something that if it's something that they can avoid to prolong Alex Smith possibly in the playoffs, then I say, that's just the better option. Antonio Gibson looked like he will be back. He has ran with the first team and ran some team reps today. So Antonio Gibson might just be back on Sunday. And that is an extra push because now that with Antonio Gibson possibly coming back, it just might, be the best for Haskins to get this running game going. We also got Lamar Miller. I'm not sure what's the status on Lamar Miller right now, but we also got Lamar Miller, and that is a big push as well. And we'll just see how everything goes. Terry McLaurin didn't practice Wednesday due to an ankle injury that he was sidelined on Sunday. He did have an ankle injury, and it seemed to be aggravating him throughout the week, and he didn't practice Wednesday. So more updates on that will come. We don't want to see Terry McLaurin sidelined, but if he isn't 100% or he can't run on that ankle, then the best bet is just to preserve him for the playoffs if we're able to make that playoff run. All right. I mean, this is a lot right now. The Washington football team is just struggling. You got the hopeful Alex Smith return for Week 16. There's a lot of Washington fans right now who wants Alex Smith to return under no circumstances, but injuries are injuries, and if, like I've been saying, if he's not 100%, then I don't think that Alex Smith needs to be playing. Ron Rivera is hopeful that Alex Smith can return for Week 16 to finish these games out against Carolina. But I mean, This is something that where you just gotta preserve these players, and if you preserve these players the right way, then good things can come. Just all the question is, what do Ron Rivera want to do? And I just think that right now, Ron Rivera would be the best bet. Ron Rivera will actually put Alex Smith at the best situation possible. Brian, what's going on?
Happy holidays, people. Me and you
Yeah,
must had a very long day, brother. I can
yes,
tell me
very
and you done
long
had a
day.
long day.
Yeah, very long day. But no worries, we are here and we are here to give updates. Pretty sure you've been seeing everything that's been going on. Yeah,
Hopeful
I
Alex Smith returned for week 16.
yeah, hopeful. So there's a lot of hope right now with Ron Rivera, hoping that Alex Smith can return. And that calf injury, that calf strain calf. I mean, a
Bruh,
strain.
me and you
Uh,
both know
let me
Alex
say
is
this.
done.
Let me say this: a strained calf on a leg that hasn't been broken in three ways. That's one thing, but you done broken your leg three ways and had to get 17 surgeries, and you came back quicker than expected.
Yep, he
You
wasn't
have
supposed to play. He's
exactly anybody else. I don't think anybody else would be playing right now. I don't think
no.
there's. I don't think there's no quarterback in this league who would be playing right now if they had the injury that Alex Smith has.
I
But
respect him. I respect him for the comeback and the hard work and everything, though. But
in hindsight, a strained calf on the same leg that he had the surgeries on, I I mean, I just say just don't force it. Just don't force it. You don't force it. If you really wanted him to play, then you let Haskins run this out. Let Haskins run this out, and if we do make the playoffs, if the Giants have to lose, I think that's the odds right now. The
I have the
Giants.
feeling the Giants is going to lose. Baltimore is going to win out, bro. They not playing. They want in. They not losing.
So the new odds to win the division, I believe, from what I heard so far, is if the Giants lose, we in. I don't think we have to win. I don't think we have to win at all. If the Giants lose, we're automatically in. If the
We got
Giants
to win the
lost,
next two games, bro. Regardless of what.
yeah.
Regardless.
Regardless of what the situation is, we just have to win. But if the Giants lose, then we win the division. We win
Did
the
the Giants
division.
play before us? Is their game
Let
1 o'clock?
that I'm not sure. I can definitely check on that in a second.
Yes, sir.
But the new odds win the division. If the Giants lose, we will win the division. We will win the division, but it doesn't solidify our wild card spot. I don't think. I don't think.
No,
But
we'll be in, but like you said,
if
it won't give us the exact spot. Will we be the eighth, seventh, or sixth seed?
right.
We won't know.
So yeah. Um. I mean, listen, man. Like I said, this game against Carolina. They was asking Ron Rivera about. They was asking Ron Rivera about the game and what is the thoughts on this game and seeing as though like the last time that you came against Carolina, you lost your job and things like that. And Ron Rivera said, "I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about it at all. What I'm thinking about is this playoff run. You know,
He's
this
serious about that.
this game isn't just a regular game for us. This game is our playoff. We've been playing in the playoffs in the last 2 weeks, and this week right here, this is our playoff run. And this is what he's focused on. He's not focused on anything outside of that. Not the Haskins situation, not the Dan Snyder situation, not what's going on with that. He just don't need the players distracted from what the goal is here.
Yeah, but at the same time, me and you both know we ain't dumb. He wants to burn their ass. Regardless of what, he
Oh
wants to
yeah,
get them. He wants
yeah.
them.
He definitely is. And in this press conference today, in this press conference today, you can see that he was very agitated. He was just heated, and because they kept asking the questions on the Haskins situation, and what he said was actually, he was he was saying, hey, listen, I know you guys want to talk about, Dwayne Haskins and, and things like that. But if it's not about if it's not about football, if you're not going to talk about the Carolina game this weekend, then I don't have any more answers for your questions. And I mean,
I didn't even get to watch that interview, and I heard Dwayne did a interview too, and I didn't get a chance to watch it or hear it earlier.
yeah. So Dwayne did do an interview, and I caught some of it, and pretty much what he said was that it was immature of him, and it's he apologized, and he even made a statement on Twitter about it, and I'm like, listen, and I've said this earlier before you came on. You have the C on your jersey. You have the C on your jersey. That C means that you're the team captain. You lost on Sunday. You didn't win. You lost on Sunday. And what did you do for the loss? Instead of what a normal leader might do, you go home, you study the playbook, look at the film, reevaluate what happened, and you put that towards the practice and the walkthroughs and make sure that it doesn't happen again for the next week. But no, what you do, you had a house party. I'm not even mad at the house party. That's the small part of it. The big part is you were maskless, and the person that's in the picture with you wasn't maskless. So 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure that the guests there didn't have masks either. And your head coach is what? Just got finished with chemotherapy 2 to 3 weeks ago. About a month. He finished chemotherapy about a month ago. So he's still susceptible to this virus. It was bad. It was wrong. It was irresponsible. And Rivera taking that C away and saying that you're no longer the team captain, that's just the one part of the consequence that I would have gave him. To be honest, for me, if this wasn't a playoff run, he would have been suspended. And I tried so hard to not come down on him, but when you're a leader and when you have a rocky season, this whole season, and you know that the fans are coming for you every week, this is not something that you do. It's not something that you do. And regardless of what people might people might say, about his age, things like that, I get it. He's young. But at the end of the day, listen, Jalen Hurts won't do anything like this. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but I'm just saying, you have to want to be a leader.
All right. Let me touch up on this because I've been listening to 980 all day. So this is exactly what happened. After this past Sunday's game, he went home. He was heading home. It's off the people you keep and have around you. His girlfriend, it was her birthday. She didn't even inform him, and he didn't even know, bruh. And let's keep it a stack. When the hell do people can tell football players after a game when they lose, you're supposed to go home and study? You don't do it. No, I'll let you talk, bruh. I'll let you talk. Let me have the mic for a second. Bruh, I played football before. Even I played high school football. Eleanor Roosevelt them came through and stomped us. I was pissed off and upset and everything. You know what the other guys on my team did? They went on with their day, bruh. But just like us, if we have a bad day at work, what do you want to do? You want to come home, kick your feet up, pop a drink, or even smoke, whatever your vice is. I'm not taking that for him. I want to make sure we clear on that. I'm not taking that for him because he should know better due to that situation, but I understand what happened. And just like you have a woman, a lady, if it's your woman's birthday and she throws a surprise party at your house, first of all, you're not even in your house right now with a damn mask on. I'm not in my house with a mask on. And I'm guaranteeing you there's over 2,000 NFL players around the league that's doing the same thing Dwayne was doing. They just didn't get caught. It didn't get put on photo. and his girlfriend's dumbass friends, they got him exposed and caught up.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Because the nigga, if your girlfriend, if you coming home and your girlfriend's having a birthday party, bro, you going to attend it. There's no dude in the world.
I'm not saying
there's no dude in the world. But you sitting here, I'm listening to you. You just like, yeah, he's just stupid. He's done and all that. I agree with you on that too. But I agree with you on that.
I didn't say it was stupid.
All right, hold on. I'll let you talk. Let me hear me out. What he did was really, really naive and dumb. I'm not making an excuse that he's a young man. He's a grown-ass man in my eyes. He's a millionaire. So when you comes to, he knows the NFL protocols of what the COVID-19 is. He broke it. He didn't just break it once. He broke it twice. So that's another problem. So my thing is to him is he needs to evaluate the people he has in his life, and his girl. He need to really evaluate his girl, because if his girl had any common sense, she'd be like, man, Dad, that's my man right there. Yeah, it is my birthday. We're celebrating my birthday. It was no more than 7 people there, but he just didn't have a mask on. And that's what everyone has a problem with. And then another problem is, come on, man. Me, you, any kid his age is going to trip out and have fun when they got ass and titties in their face. We're human. People make mistakes. But to sit here and listen to people criticize and talk down on this boy like he committed a murder, like he's killing people. And the whole time he made an idiotic move. He was wrong. And then for him to have enough balls to come out and say, and make it an apology and do it, he didn't ask nobody for permission. He came out and admit to his own wrongs. So I respect and tilt my hat to him on that. But me as a GM, and due to the Alex Smith situation, you gotta cut him. It's cut him. You gotta let him go. Because like you said, Ron is dealing with the cancer situation and everything like that. I clearly understand, bro, on everything like that. But the way I'm hearing people just talking on him, I feel bad for this kid. Since he came here, dog, he gets critiqued on everything he do. If it's bad, he's critiqued. If he do something good, it's critiqued. So, and then like I said, if he would have posted this on his own page and like that, then I'm like, okay, dude, you just stupid naive. You really trying to get cut. One of his girlfriends, they posted that. You know what I'm saying? He's there to try to celebrate his girlfriend's birthday, and he's trying to wind down after the tough game he just lost. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. He just didn't handle that situation properly. But for some people to sit here and just be like, oh, compare him to Jamarcus Russell, and then just say, oh, I hate this kid. I hate his earring in his ear. What the hell does earrings have to do with being a football player? It just, I'm tired of the, I'm tired of all the nitpicking on this kid, yeah. I'm just tired of the nitpicking. That's it.
So here's what I wanted to clear up. I don't want to make it seem like, you know, I'm like just dogging him out, okay? But what I'm saying is, you 100% right. You're a grown man. You should be able to do whatever you feel in your house, right?
Especially you didn't know.
But check this out. Check this out, though. Even if you walked in on the surprise party, right? You walked in on a surprise party. Even if you walked in on a surprise party, I'm just saying you know the NFL protocol. I mean, it's in black and white. It's the NFL protocol. So let's just say, all right, let's just say that he didn't get caught. He got tested, and he was tested positive. He's around the players, and now it's possible that Ron Rivera has it now. You see why this is a little bit of a big deal.
It's only a big deal because it's a fucking pandemic that nobody can even fix and solve. The vaccine don't work. All this is frustrating, dude. It's frustrating.
So what I'm saying is, is that, you know, things should have been handled better. You know.
So let me ask you a question, CJ, and I want you to keep it a stack. Keep it a stack, please. If you're walking in your own house and your girlfriend is having her own birthday party and strippers day, you're in your own house. You telling me you're gonna walk around with a mask on in your house? Be bloody honest.
To be honest, I'm gonna be real. And I'm gonna be real with you. If I am a quarterback, which is my starter is out and I'm pretty much the only option, I gotta do what's best for the team.
Bro, I put money on it. That's not going to be the first thing you thinking about. Is let me put a mask on real quick. I know it's not.
Bruh, it's not going to be the first thing on my mind. But at the same time, you just got to think. You got to think. You just got to think, bro. He's pretty much the only option. They're not going to throw in a new quarterback if they don't have to.
No, I agree with you on that.
They're not going to throw in Heineke or Steven Montez. They're not just going to throw him in. That's why they still backups. That's why Ron Rivera didn't say, "Oh, we're going to go with Heineke or we're going to go with Steven Montez."
No.
We're going to go with Haskins regardless of the fact if Alex Smith can't go. We're going to go with Haskins. That's evident. We already knew that part. But the thing is, you know that you're the only option. All I'm saying is it was irresponsible on his part. I'm not saying that he's stupid for doing that. What I'm saying is that you just got to make better decisions. You're an NFL quarterback and you're trying to.
You're right. I guess you're right on that to a certain extent.
You have a captain. You have the C on your jersey. That's all I'm saying. You have a C on your jersey.
You can't tell people how to live once they leave work, bro.
I'm not saying how.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not saying.
And then the crazy thing is, he's been tested like 7 times already, and he still haven't. He came back with all negatives.
But hold up. I'm not saying that he has to go home and still live like he's an NFL player. But at the end of the day, this is what you signed your contract for. This is what you signed your contract for. Come on, let's be real. You signed a contract in the NFL. You belong to them. Let's just be real. You belong to them. You are their asset. So when you go home, I get it. You still have a life. We all know that. We all have a life. We're still human at the end of the day. But as an NFL player, not only as an NFL player, but a team captain. A team captain. And not only that, knowing that you're pretty much the only option on the depth chart at quarterback, the only safe option. Let me say that. The only safe option. I mean,
I'm trying to understand it from your point of view, but when a person walking in his own house, man, he's ready to relax and chill, dog. His girl messed him up. His girl messed him up, plain and simple. And he went along with it. And he went along with it.
Right.
So he made a decision. He made his decision.
I feel bad because it's something that was sporadic on him. Okay, it's something that was sporadic on him. I've actually heard on 982. I've actually heard about the whole thing, and it let me think about it. But then it's like, even if you did walk in on it, I mean, I just hate to be. I put
money. If Alex Smith would have did the same shit, nobody would have said nothing. I'm gonna leave it just like that.
Yes. Because guess what?
If Alex Smith did the same shit, no one would have said nothing.
Time out. Because guess what? This ain't in football, but guess who also getting a lot of backlash for doing the exact same thing? James Harden.
His scenario is totally different. What he did was idiotic. You know why he's doing that.
Time out. Yes, the situation is totally different, but it all binds down into one thing. At the end of the day,
What's that?
There's a COVID protocol. That's it. It's not the city protocol, and that's what a lot of people are saying. And I'm like, it's not the same. The city protocol has nothing to do with NFL protocol. But the
NFL is his boss. That's his boss.
So the NFL protocol pretty much states, and I have it here. NFL protocol pretty much states, what it says on number 3: house gatherings of more than 15 people without the player or guests wearing masks over social distancing for more than 10 people is impossible. If you do anything other than that, that is a complete violation.
He violated. He gonna pay $40,000 for it.
Yeah, he paid $40,000 for it. But what I'm glad about is that they didn't go the drastic measure and just cut the guy. And honestly,
I wouldn't be mad if they did. If that's first of all, let's keep it a stack on this too. They don't want him there, dog. Period. Ron can sit, and you know how I feel about Ron. Ron can sit here with all this bullcrap stories and everything, but they're gonna cut this kid soon off season ago. Me and you both know it deep in our soul. He's done. But my thing is, I don't want people to sit here and make it seem like, oh yeah, he could have got the whole team affected. Woo woo woo. I'm like, dude, he was by himself. He's coming into his own house. His own woman did not let him know what the hell was going on. She threw something for her own birthday and he walked into it. And I'm just putting myself in his mind. I'm not. If I'm home for football, the first thing that's not gonna come in my mind is like, I'm not going to be thinking, oh, let me hurry and put a mask on. Dog, I go to people's houses every day, bro. When I go in their house, I have my mask on. They be like, oh, I don't. Some customers don't even care. You know, they in their house. That's their house, and it's a rules thing. But I understand from your point of view, the NFL is his employer, so there are protocols and guidelines. He wasn't over 15 people. Everyone kept saying he was at a strip club. Everybody, if you go to strip club, the strip clubs in DC, DMV earlier is pretty much closed. You
Yeah.
can't even get in them. So it's common sense. He had a private joint. His girl had all that set up. He just fell into the trap. He
Yeah.
wasn't thinking because he just like, man, I'm home. I'm with my girl. It's her birthday. I'm showing support, so love. I had a rough day. I'm just gonna just have some fun. And then who knows? He was gonna get a picture taken of. He should have handled that. He should have handled that better. He should have told his girl, look. I don't want to be in none of the photos, or make sure, or take everybody's phones and everything away. Woo, woo, woo. This is private. This. You know, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's other dudes that's doing the same thing around the league that just did not get caught. That's it.
And understand this. Yes, you're absolutely right. There just might be other guys who are doing the same thing and are not getting caught.
Yeah.
Guess what? Those are probably the same guys who are getting tested positive.
And that quarterback didn't get test positive.
Yeah,
and not to sound like a butthole. Not to sound like a butthole, but I guarantee you, if that boy goes out there, if we do win and beat Carolina, this story is going to be nothing.
I mean, you're right. You're right. But this is all I'm saying, and we're gonna move on from this topic.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna put the topic to bed for a little bit. But the only thing that I want for this kid is, you know, the situation of everybody else towards you. You know, half of the fans don't want you here. They don't want
the
you
coaches
here.
Don't want you here.
To an extent. At the end of the day, Rivera didn't draft him, so he's not obligated to keep him. That's
facts.
Any coach. That's any coach.
That's business. That's business.
That's any coach. You see what happened when Jay Gruden came in with RG3. He didn't want him there. He didn't draft
Jay
him.
Gruden don't like black quarterbacks, period, man. Come on, man.
The thing is that when Jay Gruden came in, it was obvious. It was obvious that he didn't draft RG3. He didn't want that type of quarterback. So what happened? Kirk Cousins. You know? And they didn't want to pay Kirk Cousins, so they brought in Case Keenum. You know? So with Ron Rivera in, he's not obligated. He's not obligated to, you know, keep Haskins.
He's not at all.
You know who he did draft? Kyle Allen.
Yeah, he needs to go too, but I told you they're gonna bring him back. He's trash.
But
he's trash.
You know, honestly, I'm very interested to see exactly what with these other two, Steven Montez. I'm very interested. I watched some film on him in Colorado, and in Colorado, University of Colorado. And
how can he even bash Dwayne Haskins? This bum is still on the practice squad. He can't even get off the practice squad. I don't even want to hear nothing about him. He's trash too.
I mean, it's just a lot going on, and I keep telling people, social media can be very evil. Social media is evil.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
If you're an NFL player in general, you gotta be smart. You gotta be smarter than that. It's like you said before you went on with the statement. It's about who you keep around you.
His girl should have protected him.
You are the company that you keep.
His girl should have had his back.
You are the company that you keep, and you're right.
She should have been like, "Hey, babe, before you come home, I'm just letting you know. Sorry about your loss. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah,
I got my girls and everybody here." He would have been more mentally prepared. But you don't tell him nothing. He walks into it, and this his house. It's all fair game, then.
As a girlfriend, listen. You know, Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins is a first-round quarterback. Even your friends know who the hell Dwayne Haskins is. Everybody should have thought, let's just put a mask on just to keep him safe and protected. But
nobody wasn't thinking.
At the end of the day, like I said, you know the situation with the depth chart.
What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
The least you could have did was just have a mask in your pocket. That's it.
He just wasn't thinking, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to tell you.
And
But I don't think it's get to the point where you want to sit here. I mean, everybody's sitting here just trying to act like the dude is a cold, smooth murderer or something. Like the stuff people talking, I just feel like it's unnecessary.
The things that I've heard with so far with this Haskins situation was a little bit much. I'm not even going to repeat it because it was a little bit much. But it's like it's just one of those things where when you see everything that's going on and when you see Dwayne Haskins and people just looking for that one little thing, and it's just
and you know who the people who's doing it. You know who's doing it,
and it just sucks. It just sucks to see that it just sucks to see that this is not a little thing. This wasn't a little thing. This is actually a big thing. And it was just drawn out, But I guess we'll see what happens. Week 16, Carolina versus Carolina. What to expect.
He said Carolina versus Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Week 16 versus Carolina.
I can tell this frustrated you, yeah.
Washington versus Carolina. What to expect? What to expect.
I heard Antonio Gibson was participating, but they didn't still clear him out yet.
They didn't clear him out yet, but yes, Antonio Gibson, he has taken some first team reps. He also did most of the walkthrough. He looked pretty good. It still was a little bit gingerly, but I think that he's definitely will be able to I think it would be more of a game time decision, based off Sunday. But the game is at 4 p.m. The game is at 4 p.m. So that gives us the time to actually follow the update, whether Haskins will Antonio Gibson will play or not. Right now it just doesn't look like at all that Alex Smith will play. And
that dude is done, man. He is done. Just retire. Oh my gosh.
But the biggest impact right now is, and this is for you fantasy owners, Terry McLaurin didn't practice today, and I think there's more of they just letting him rest that ankle that he injured in against Seattle. He did injure his ankle in Seattle, and he didn't practice today due to that same ankle injury. And I think it's just more of him resting that ankle and not aggravating it so that he can be ready for Sunday. But if he doesn't practice at all this week, then most likely he might not be able to go out there and play against Carolina.
It's gonna be Logan Thomas and Cam Sam's time.
Yeah. So here's the thing that needs to happen. If Terry McLaurin is out, Robert Foster has to step up. Robert Foster dropped 3 passes when it mattered against Seattle, and
he had a pass that was underthrown by Alex.
Yeah.
So
Robert Foster would definitely have to step up, and he just have to step up for the reason that he did. Steven Sims as well. Steven Sims, Isaiah Wright, they have to step up. Because just be on the safe side. The Terry McLaurin just might not be available to play on.
I think Cuz is going to play. He's not missing that game for nothing. I have a feeling he's not missing that game for nothing.
Yeah. What do you feel about this matchup right now? Because this matchup is just isn't a regular matchup. This is the matchup that pretty much, saying, hey, just
it can make or break us.
Yeah, it definitely can break us. But we're we're looking at the thing. We're looking at the whole reason of like we was talking about earlier. Ron Rivera got fired. With the last time when Washington played against Carolina, but he was the coach for Carolina at the time, and now he's able to come in and actually win the game against his former team. I think a victory would be sweet. I think we'll put a sweet icing on the cake. But the big thing is that Christian McCaffrey just might not play.
No, he's not playing. I wouldn't even play him. That's my franchise running back. I wouldn't even dare playing him.
He is
They got
listed as.
nothing to play for.
I mean, here's what I heard, and on NFL Network was that there's a lot of teams who pretty much ain't gonna who don't have anything to play for, right? But they do have one thing to play for though.
Pride.
Pride, and to take away the playoff reach for any team who is looking to get a win to solidify their spot in the playoffs. So they do have something to play for. They do have something to play for. They can knock us out of playoff reach. If the Giants win, we have to win this game.
And the Giants playing the ball. I just don't see Giants win like at all.
And I want to say I want to say that the Giants not going to win, but what I've seen from the Giants,
It's the defense.
yeah, what I've seen from the Giants is that they show up when it matters. They show up when it matters. And honestly, it's just all of Joe Judge, man. It's just Joe Judge. And Steve,
I
if
just
you're watching this, I'm not going to give too much credit to your Giants, okay? I'm just going to let you know that Joe Judge is pretty much one of the sole reasons that this team has, been doing pretty well. But I don't think that they can pull it off with
the
him
reason
as.
why I feel that way. I told you is because it's been going on the past two. I think the past 2 weeks. Baltimore is not playing with. Even though the two teams they played was trash anyway, they're going to win out. I'm telling you, they're going to win out, dude, because they want to get into the playoffs. They want to get into the playoffs. So if the Giants going to come out, that means Colt McCoy going to have a hell of a game. Or who's their running back? Gallman. He's going to have a hell of a game, and that defense
Yeah.
going to have to stop Lamar and them completely. And right now, Lamar and them is hot. They're getting in, dog. They're getting in. I'm telling you, Lamar and them going to smoke them dudes like a Newport. I'm telling you, they want to get in. Baltimore is hungry. They back on their scheme. So that's the way I look at it. I'm not worried about that. Now the team that honestly starting to have me a little worried is Dallas.
Mm,
Bruh.
mm,
Bruh.
mm.
Bruh.
Who do they win against?
Huh?
Who do they win against?
Who did they just beat? They beat somebody solid. Who did they just play this weekend? They beat somebody solid. And then they won the week before that. They don't win like 2 or 3 games in a row.
No, they
Ever since
they,
Andy Dalton came,
no, they only want to.
ever since Andy Dalton got hot. I don't
No,
know,
they only
man.
want to. They knocked off. I think they knocked off the. But yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about them at all. There's not a worry in the world. The only thing I'm worried about right now is, this team that we have, and I just hope that these distractions, with Haskins and Ron Rivera, I just don't think that. I just hope that this doesn't, distract us from our goal.
I don't
Because
think it's going to distract them. It just Dwayne has to play good. The defense has to really show up, and they need a scheme. They're going to have to either run the ball or something. Dwayne can't be throwing the ball for 50 something times.
yeah,
It can't happen. It just can't happen.
yeah. So but Dwayne Haskins has been seen taking first team reps. He has been seen taking first team reps. That's throughout the walkthrough, and that is pretty much allowing him to be involved with the team. So I mean there isn't no exact update is where he will automatically start. But from what Ron Rivera said in the press conference is that if Alex Smith can't compete on Sunday, Haskins will start. That was from his mouth. So I guess that is pretty much the nail in the coffin, saying that Haskins will play on Sunday. And Brian Mitchell also stated that he thinks that Haskins, will close the season out as the quarterback. You know, the way I feel is this:
I feel like he
if
has a 3 game interview. He has a
yeah,
3 game interview.
exactly. And this is the time for Dwayne Haskins to rewrite his story.
Facts. Facts. I
Rewrite
agree
your
with you
story.
1,000%. I agree with you.
This is your
Yes.
this is his time to rewrite his story. You know what's out there already. You know, I don't have to say the adjectives, but the words come: bust, waste of time, waste of space, should never drafted them. Just those things like that. Don't worry about that. These last few games that you got, you put that on the field and you get some wins. Carolina is one of them. You went out. I don't. Ron Rivera said he hates. One thing that I love about Ron Rivera is he always said this season is that he hates to rely on another team to get in the playoffs.
Yes. That's the worst feeling ever, brother. I
It's the
ain't
worst
lying.
feeling.
I ain't lying.
And regardless if we're hoping that the Giants to lose, the goal for this Sunday is the win. Under no circumstances, it's the win.
I honestly
Um,
think we're gonna win. I don't. You know how I feel about all the other games. I'm iffy. I just feel good about this one. I feel good about this one. I don't know why. I really think we're gonna come in
yeah.
there and smack them around, yeah.
So what is the
And
keys to this
Dwayne is gonna
game?
play all right.
What is the keys
The
to this
keys to
game?
the game, same one as always, brother. Get turnovers and don't commit turnovers. To be bloody honest
So
with you, bro.
so I think my keys to the game will be this. My keys to the game will be this. Contain Teddy Bridgewater. Contain Teddy
You mean
Bridgewater.
from scrambling?
We
Okay.
did a bad job with Russell Wilson. We did a bad job with Russell Wilson. I mean it's Russell Wilson, but we did a bad job with I don't really
Kyler.
think yeah, even Daniel Jones,
Oh,
we
Daniel
we
Jones, Lamar Jackson. We struggle
yeah.
with scrambling quarterbacks.
So I think we just have to do better at containing these scrambling quarterbacks, and I think this will be the test. They don't really have a run game. I mean, they still have Mike Davis, who's still a pretty good running back for Carolina. But I think the big worry right now is this wide receiver core that they have. DJ Moore is coming back. Then we have Curtis Samuel and then Robbie Anderson. I'm not sure what's the big updates on those two guys right now, but I mean, those are the guys that you really gotta that you really gotta look at. Those are the guys that you gotta look at right now. And I think that right now that is the ultimate goal. We have to win out. We can't allow these guys to come in and pretty much walk all over us, offensively. The offense has to produce yards. Don't care who it is. You have to produce yards. You can't come in here
Facts.
and only do 100 yards offensively. You don't win games like that. You don't win
Hold
games
on.
like
That
that.
wasn't last week though. Hold on, bro. We didn't have 100 yards of offense. Maybe the first half, if that's what you're specifically talking
Yeah,
about.
that's exactly what I mean.
But hey, hold on. Once again, this comes to my proof. We done seen 3 different quarterbacks this whole season, and all 3 of them start off slow during the whole season. So what does that automatically tell you? What's the problem is?
First half.
Huh?
First half.
No, no, no. Offensive coordinator.
Oh, Scott Turner.
Yeah, if you have 3 different quarterbacks playing underneath your system, they all doing the same thing. That's a problem, bro. Why we can't get going in the first half out of the whole season?
I
Why can't we
mean,
do it with 3 different quarterbacks? That's a problem.
well, look, this is the tail of the tape. Okay, tail of the tape is, I mean, who's going to be better? Okay, that's the question. Who's going to be better? Who's gonna
You
do
mean
better?
you mean as team overall or specific player? What do you mean, bro?
The team overall.
I'm rocking with the football team, man. I have a feeling. I don't know. Usually I'm hesitant about games. I've been hesitant about games all year until today. I just feel like they're gonna win. I could be wrong. It's any given Sunday, but I had this my strong guys tell me like, "Dog, we're going to win this game
All right.
because that team is going to play hard for Ron." I think that whole team, and I have this weird feeling. I think Dwayne's going to have a solid game too. He probably throw 2 touchdowns,
Ooh, that's a bold prediction. Bold
just two
prediction.
touchdowns, just 2 touchdowns. I'm not
Bold
saying
prediction.
full fact.
Still a bold prediction.
No, he has done that a couple times before. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Well,
This
I'm
year?
sorry, not
This
under
year?
this system. No, not under this system. Under
Oh.
what's
I
it
was about to
called?
say.
Yeah,
We talking about this season.
this
That I
season
don't
he didn't. He could. How can we
I
evaluate
don't
this
I don't
season? He
think
got cut off at four. He got cut off at
I
four
don't think no
games.
quarterback. I don't think well, no, I take that back. But our quarterbacks has been struggling to have at least 2 or more touchdowns in a game.
And once again, what does that come to?
I mean, it comes to Scott Turner, but I think it's more of like I think just that last game, the offensive line just crashed. I'm not even going to blame.
No, I'm not. No, 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 no. The offensive line was fine till the fourth quarter, and like I said, when Morgan Moses got hurt, that happens, bro.
I don't think you should have returned. I think you
No,
let
no.
I think you let Sharp play the drive out. You don't put
Yeah, but
Morgan
Sharp was
Moses back
getting
in.
Sharp
It
was
doesn't
getting.
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That man was like a
You
salad.
seen what happened. You seen what happened when Morgan Moses went in.
Yeah, he got steamrolled,
Yeah,
cuz
he got
he got
steamrolled.
steamrolled, and you can't even blame Dwayne for it because Dwayne took his steps, dropped back, that was right in his face and just smacked him. I was like, dang, and then you just see Morgan Moses trying to pick his whole self up, and
Back to
then
back.
Dwayne, and just another thing I like about Dwayne, I'm not like I said, dog. The kid has potential. I just want him to mentally get it together, but. Did you see how him and Morgan Moses is so close, dog? He got up after getting sacked. He ran over to Morgan Moses, like touching him, like, dude, are you okay? Calling for help. And it's just like Morgan Moses. I keep hearing so many good things about him. I don't know why he doesn't have a C on his jersey. I don't understand.
Yeah. Let's talk about Rivera playoff attitude right now. And right now, this is the reason why these players has been going out there and giving it 110%. I think that Rivera knows exactly what kind of team he has. You know, he has a bunch of young guys who wants to win. You know, he has a bunch. You know, I mean, you can say that about any coach, right? But I think that
Yeah.
what I mean is like this group of guys that he got. You know, they don't just want to, call it quits.
No, this ain't the
You
team for
know,
the past couple of years. This is a whole different team. This team, they fight.
exactly.
They
You
fight.
know, because
They fight.
when they was 2-4, everybody was like, oh, well, let's just throw Haskins in there since our season over anyway. You know, and Ron was like, I mean, have you guys actually seen the division? There ain't nothing won here. Ain't nothing over. Everybody's 2-4. Everybody's 2-4.
Oh,
Don't
one.
give
It
up.
was 1-3. Yeah, 1-3, 2-4.
1-3, 2-4. 1-3-1. You know, this season ain't over yet. We still gonna compete under no circumstances. We're not gonna give up. We're not gonna roll over and call it quits. We're gonna win. Screw this first round pick thing. Don't care about that. And what happened? Went from 2-4 to what? 6-8.
No, we 6-7. Or are we 6-8?
6-8.
Oh snap! I thought it was.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We went from 2-4 to 6-8. We went on a 4-game win streak until we played Seattle.
I think we was gonna win that game too. Honestly,
Yeah.
until those things happened on that last drive.
Against the Panthers, I'm just gonna say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Bold prediction: Haskins will throw for 3 touchdowns.
Now you smoking crack.
I'm gonna call it because,
bruh, how you gonna say 2? I asked for 2 touchdowns, and you gonna say 3, bruh?
Because I want Haskins to go out there and play ball, not Ohio State ball. I want him to play NFL football. Okay.
Oh, did you hear what Brandon Scherf said about him?
No, what do you say?
All right, so when Dwayne came in for practice day, he apologized to the whole team during practice. He apologized. So Brandon Scherf had asked a couple of reporter questions. They was like, "So yeah, how you feel about the Dwayne Haskins?" Now they was like, "This is what he said." He was like, "Man, look, the dude was genuine when he apologized. He made a clear mistake, and he said He was like, dog, we're rooting behind him, and we want him to go out there this Sunday and kick some ass. And they was like, Dwayne is playing with a chip on his shoulder. That's how they felt from the second half. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. So he was like, I'm riding with Dwayne.
Yeah.
I never heard that from Scherf.
And this is what I meant when I said that, these guys are invested in this kid. There are some guys who are still invested in this kid. They know what this kid brings to the table. Sure, Dwayne Haskins might make some decisions where it might not be to our liking, but everybody can't be a Peyton Manning. Everybody can't be a Tom Brady. Everybody can't be an Aaron Rodgers.
That's facts.
The only thing that we can ask for these young quarterbacks is just make the right decision. Just make the right decision. But you don't write a guy off. You don't write a guy off because you don't like him. Sure, he might have not produced the numbers that you guys usually see from first round, second overall quarterbacks. Sure. But listen, this kid only played a year in college. He only played a year in college. A year and some change. But he only fully started 1 year in college. Okay. Not only that, you can still see that there's some inexperience there. Had he had 3 to 4 years of college football, you'll see a totally different guy. And I can't stress this enough. Because people still don't get it. He only had a year. It would have been okay if I heard people say bench him. That's one thing. But people say cut him, let him go. Let's go off for Trevor Lawrence, and I think that's absurd. And
I'm gonna be honest with you, and me and you talk about this all the time, bro. That's why I love you, because you have common sense and you understand the game. It doesn't matter what damn quarterback we're gonna have in that backfield. If that line ain't right, bro, it ain't. Trevor Lawrence can look like Trevor Lawrence, or he gonna look like Gus Frost, man. But they're just facts.
Listen, this is one thing, and after this we're gonna start closing out the show. One thing that I do want everybody to understand is that, just because you draft a first round quarterback doesn't mean at all
he's gonna play like one.
He's gonna play like one. Okay. Some quarterbacks need a year and a half to get their feet wet. You know who else had
and then some of them someone who just ain't got it.
You know who else had a year to sit out, and who I think probably would have got written off too?
Who?
Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Kaepernick.
But Kaepernick wasn't a first round pick though.
No, he wasn't. He was able to sit behind Alex Smith though. He had talent. But they wanted to keep Alex Smith there. Patrick Mahomes. Listen, I don't know how good Patrick Mahomes would have been if he played automatically in his first year. I don't know how good he would have been. Who knows?
Nobody would have known.
People can say what they want about, Patrick Mahomes would have been a beast if he would have just played in his first year. You don't know that. But he sat behind Andy Reid and Alex Smith. He sat for a year.
No, he only sat for 15 games. No, 16 games. That was it.
A year.
They made him play the last game of the season.
A season's time. a season's time. All right, and we don't know how good Patrick Mahomes would have been if he played week 1 in his first year. We don't know that. The only thing we can speculate is that he didn't play his first year. Well, he played in week 16.
Yeah, he only had that one start.
Yeah, he had that one start, and that was, Alex Smith being preserved for the playoffs. But now you see that Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but I feel the way I feel about Patrick Mahomes. I think he's great. I think he's a good quarterback. There's still some things that I think he still need to work on because he's young,
yeah.
And she hit it on the nose. People forget how different college sports are to professional sports, which is true. College football is way different.
It's way different. It's more funner though, but it's just the speed of the game is different.
Exactly, the speed of the game is completely different. So mind you, just 1 year, just one season in college football. We all know that the speed is different in college than it is in the NFL. So playing only one season in college, it's not enough.
Oh,
I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. It's not enough. It could have been Peyton Manning. Still not enough. Peyton Manning did, 3 or 4 years? And he still had a bad first season.
Because you got to wait till that game speed. Once that game speed, you get used to it. If it slows down on you, that's when you sharp.
Here's what I can say. I'm not sure if Haskins will be here next year.
I don't think so.
In my eyes right now, I don't think he will be. But if he is, I guarantee you, you'll see a different kid. And fans, if you're watching this, I don't care what you guys have to say about him. I don't care what thoughts you have on him right now. But if he stays next year, you'll see a different guy.
I agree with you on that.
You'll see a different kid. But we're talking about week 16 against Carolina. You said it. I said it. He has a chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to come out and have a fantastic game. He's not going to have any turnovers.
So I don't see that. I don't think he's going to have any turnovers unless the O-line craps their pants and he gets sacked and fumbled. That's a different story. But I don't see him throwing no picks. If I had to predict the score for this game, I'm going to go ahead and say the Redskins is going to – I'm going to say 20 – you said 24-7?
24-7.
I like that score, but I'm going to keep it fair. I'm going to say 28-17. I think they're going to make a statement. I think they're going to make a statement.
The defense will have 6 sacks in total, 6 or more sacks in total.
I say 4.
And 4 takeaways. Chase Young will have another forced fumble. Kendall Fuller will step out again and have his interception. And so, that's I'm interested to see Michael Kendricks in the lineup.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up with him? I thought he was really, really hurt.
No, he's not hurt. He's been on the practice squad for this year with Seattle. Michael Kendricks is active, and he was signed from the Seahawks practice squad.
Who is he supposed to replace?
I believe
Thomas Davis.
Yeah, Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis got hurt in the Seattle game.
I didn't know that.
Another linebacker got hurt. I don't know exactly what happened, but another linebacker got hurt. Sean Deion Hamilton. Yeah, Sean Deion Hamilton got hurt last week, and so that is why we went out and picked up Michael Kendricks off the Seattle practice squad.
Hey, that dude can cover.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry guys.
He can cover, dog.
So we'll definitely see exactly what happens. We'll see what happens with this game. But hey, look, week 16 happens, all right? And you know what time is it? it's words from the fans. We started late, so I know a lot of you guys haven't been able to comment, but we had actually a lot of comments actually.
Let's run through them quick.
run through it quick. DJ, he said, "Do y'all think Alex Smith will be ready?" No.
No.
Even
He needs to
honestly,
retire.
if anything, they would definitely try to force it and force him to go 75%, but he's definitely not ready. Not at all. Jamal, he says they grown, which is what we were talking about, the Haskins situation. They're grown.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's not a kid.
They are grown. Yeah, exactly. She said, if I play for the NFL, yes, put your mask on.
Respect.
Yeah. And she said, or he could have given everyone there a mask to put on too, explain to his girl the situation and partied on. That's true too.
Yeah, but I respect that. Now, when Miss Courtney has stated that is fair, that is facts. But once again, not everybody's gonna think like that. Like, especially when you walk in the house from a long day of work, dog, you just want to kick your feet off, your shoes off, and then all this is happening.
But
that's a good point, Miss Courtney. That's a good point.
Say what she said. She played for the NFL. It's something that you do got to think about. It's something that you do got to think. Everybody has to think about that.
That's facts.
And she says again, this is his money, reputation, career on the line for not wearing a mask. I don't know what you say. Champ. If your money was on the line, your ass would have been in the mask too.
If I'm getting in the house from work, once again, dog, I want people to start being realistic, because I guarantee if Miss Courtney walks in the house, she's not going to walk in the house with her mask on. I have not met no one walks in the house with their mask on. That's your house, your safe zone. That's your safe zone.
If you walk into a party as an NFL player, I think it would be time to just say, all right, anybody got a mask? Let me just go in this drawer real quick, pull out these disposable masks. Here, y'all, put them on. You know what I'm saying? Let's party.
Yeah, he just wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking, man. He's a kid. I mean, he's just a young man just making dumb decisions. He wasn't thinking.
She said he has to prove himself now. This game will tell what his intentions are. That's
facts.
True. That is true.
Facts.
The last one is Alex Smith got weak ankles.
Man, go ahead.
You can't be talking about man Alex now. You know, that's what I draw the line. You can't be talking about his ankles, man. But I think this time is the time to come, and I think that this season just might be the last season for Alex Smith. You know, I think he just might think about retiring. You know,
Alex Smith, Drew Brees, they gotta go.
Yeah, I just think that it's just that time now, because Drew Brees got a serious rib injury, and even then, the injury, you don't just come back after a week and say, "Oh, I'm good." No, you're not. you done broke like 5 ribs, bro. Like, not just fractured, snap. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not good. Okay.
He knows. Even before that, Drew Brees, even before he broke his ribs, bro, I watched Drew Brees play for years. His arm is done. Like, that dude, he was on some Alex Smith stuff. He couldn't throw the ball past 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Drew don't look the same. He's done.
And all right. So the last thing is season finale is next week. All right. We'll still be here, guys. If we do make the playoffs, we'll still be doing playoff coverage. But the actual season finale of the Hogside is coming to an end. But we want you guys. So, me and Brian has been talking about this. I know we've tried to get you guys in with the Hogside Fan of the Week. Things been going on this season, but we want you guys. So what I want you guys to do from now when the show is over until next week, send us a message on the Hogside on Facebook. If you're following us on Twitter, send us a DM on the Hogside at the Hogside. You see it down there at the bottom, and just explain to us in a sentence or two, about why you're a fan or why we should select you to come on our show next week, and you can actually talk football with us throughout the whole show. We have some good special guests next week as well. Some good guys, in my arsenal. So it'll be this will be fun, and this should be right after the New Year. So we're gonna bring in the New Year pretty pretty sweet. So again, like I said, there's a season finale next week. Also, this is where we're going to reveal the winner.
Yes, sir, Bob. For the record, then
Yes,
only two people.
For the record prediction, only 2 people. So, we're definitely looking to see who is the winner. So, guys, again, they're the people who've already made their predictions. We're going to be looking at you guys. The contest is closed. You guys don't get to make no predictions from the last week. You guys don't get to do that. But if you guys have made a prediction in the last 3 weeks, we'll definitely be looking back at the shows and see if you guys made the predictions. We do have them written down. I do have most of them, and I have DJ, I have Courtney's, I have myself, and I have DMV champ. There's a few people that I might have missed, but
man, my joint was way off because I told you I ain't had no hopes for this team.
That's it.
So hold on, you said what, 9?
7 and 9.
Oh, so you don't change your joint like 7 times.
I said 9 and 7. I said 9 and 7.
I know it, sir.
I said 9 and 7. I was close though.
So far, you was close.
When you saying this on that 4-game win streak, you was like, damn, CJ just might be right. CJ just might be right. Guys, it's been great. Again, sorry for the late start. I appreciate you guys for still tuning in. But next week, we will definitely be starting on time. And next week's show will be a season finale show. So we'll be going on a little bit over an hour. So definitely tune in next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Again, you can catch our show on Facebook and YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern every week. All right, you guys have a good night and have a wonderful week. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, for those who celebrate the Kwanzaa and the Hanukkah. And you guys have a happy new year. And see you guys next week.
Peace.